In this video, I'm going to share with you how a very popular back stretch could be hurting you. But don't worry, I'm also going to show you how to modify it so you can get everything you want out of it and nothing you don't. I'm Amanda Harris with Re-Kinect, where we help you get past your limitations or pain so you can return to the activities that really move you even after injury or surgery. Now, this stretch must really be popular right now because I get lots of people asking me if it's okay to do it given their particular back condition. And usually my answer is yes, with a few caveats. But before I dive into the details, the good old disclaimer. So whether you learned the cat-cow stretch in a fitness class or a yoga class or a Pilates class, you probably recognize it because it's everywhere. And if spinal movement is what you're looking for, it really does fit the bill. I mean, it's easy to do, it's easy to teach, and it looks relatively harmless, but is it? The truth is that you can get too much of a good thing here, especially if you have had an injury in your lower back or if you've been told you've got one or more unstable segments or motion segments with a little bit too much play in your lower back. And you can see in my example here as I move in and out of cat and cow, cat being the forward bending portion, cow being the backward bending portion, that I'm really cramming myself into both forward and backward bending here. And there's probably one or two motion segments doing the bulk of the motion, which means the rest of those segments are getting very little action, and the ones that are doing most of the movement are really at risk for re-injury. That's right, because remember, I've had a back injury too, so I really don't want to be moving too much in any of those segments either. But there is a safe way to do this and still get a great stretch. Now, before I go into that, I just want to ask you if you find this information helpful. If you like this, please go ahead and hit that like button for me. And of course, I always appreciate it when you share it with friends and family members who you think could get something out of it. Also, if you feel like this is helping you, then you won't want to miss my free live webinar, Unlocking Lower Back Pain with Movement, that I'm going to be giving at the end of August 30th and 31st, and you can save your seat. I would love to see you there. All right, back to our show. So the simplest way for you to modify this and make it safe is to first slow it down and then to focus on moving one segment at a time. So in this next example, you can see that I've slowed my motion down and I'm focusing on moving from my tail to my head and then from my head to my tail. Now, you can focus on one direction at a time and do several repetitions and then change directions, or you can alternate the way I have in the example. But my point is, if you're slowing things down and you're thinking about moving from each motion segment in turn, then you're more likely to get movement along your spine instead of cramming at one or two places in your spine and feel that stretch that you've been looking for because every spinal segment is involved in the stretch. Simple as that. Slow it down and focus on moving one segment at a time. For optimal results, I would do both tail to head and head to tail. Maybe go 3 times each, meaning that each is one cycle of both cat and cow. Okay, I hope you found that really helpful. And if you did, I hope you're going to save your seat for the webinar at the end of the month. Until I see you next time, keep moving and be well.